Okay, so we are in the guild ruins. This is the Water Shapers Guild. Apparently they've been invaded by Naga. And we're here to save the day. Maybe. Oh, well, that's not very far in. We had to go to find her. That's who we're looking for.
Found some.
Guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet yours, her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood.
Too many, even for me.
She sputters on a mouthful of blood, but still manages a red-rimmed smile. We have to get you out of here. Anakansa sent me to find you, but I think you need a healer first. I think most of that is Naga blood. You fought well. You get a healer first.
No time for that, I say.
She waves you off, grimacing.
The rod of the deep. Ugh, I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
She coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, she breathes. Her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
The rod of what? Stop exerting yourself or you'll bleed out. I'll find the rod. Just try and stay with me.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
She gives a bleary look at you. Gives a bleary look as her focus begins to slip away. Wards. I haven't seen any wards.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. It doesn't sound like she's even addressing you any longer. The Guildmaster's eyes glaze over and she falls silent. Good job. Oh, look, she's dead.
The wheel, how it tugs at me. Akira, and how bright you look.
Mary's attention snaps toward a distant speck of light, but she shakes it off to remain in the moment.
At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door.
She closes her eyes and concentrates.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching. You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
Thank you, I rest well. What is that supposed to mean? Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point towards the entrance of the sanctum. That doesn't help me. Yeah, you got a cool loot? Fine, Rod. The answer is no. The answer is no. She's a friggin' guildmaster and she got shit for loot. This is why she died. This statue depicts a fish-faced woman, her hand extended and grasping at the air, and a eroded plaque sits by her feet. Something about the statue calls out to you, the echo of a fractured soul that tarried in this place for long and thoughtful years. You feel victory tinged by grief and regret. Inspect the soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of Swift Winds, where your mates share bemused, self-congratulatory glances as they work. One of them claps your back with approval. You step back and aim a reproachful look at your mate. However friendly this is his intent, you know there will be time for reprieve when you are squared away in Nekataka. Something cuts through the water to your port side, an enormous shape that just beneath the waves. Someone shouts out that the winds have turned in your favor at last. This is followed by an enthusiastic cheer among the crew. You don't share their mirth. Eyes to the horizon, I say. You bring home a mighty gift, though it takes an unusual form, one that you pray to Nagata you are able to keep in check. The vision dissipates and your land legs reassert themselves again. Read today at all. Hold her hand. You grasp her hand with tenderness. At first nothing happens, but then a tiny droplet of water forms at the corner of her eye and rolls down her cheek, dripping on the floor. Wipe away the tear. Reach out and drag your thumb down the statue's cheek, wiping away the trail of moisture. For a moment, the stone feels soft to the touch. Attempt to read the black. The words are much eroded in water damage, but a few choice snippets of phrases stand out with clarity. Periki, lore and hunter, crossed the length of and back again, remembered for something, cunning deal, blah blah blah, make her rest until sold, whatever. Perception. Closer scrutiny reveals that the inscription was purposely marred as an act of sabotage done perhaps years ago. But by the thoroughness, you suspect Kith hands. Nothing else about the plaque stands out as remarkable. Look, a trap. You cannot disarm the trap. Do you wish to trigger it? No. Soul, you're supposed to
Leave it to me.
disarm that. There you go. I don't know why they sent, what's-his-face over there to do that. Exceptional scale armor and baby pearl. So that's not that great.
Dim in the lantern.
So, I have to find the staff thingy.
Got it.
So Naga are not Kith, correct?
The shed. No comes to muddy the light.
Totem out there, it looks like. Try to pull them away from it then.
Sure.
You got a rifle. Shoot that thing.
Time to separate the chaff. Smart stuff. So help me God, I'll whoop the...
Hope you're glad you're getting your ass kicked right now.
Huh?
Oh, archers need to die. You charm one? Be
One
nice.
of you who takes aim at me?
Oh, it's getting crowded out here. Sia? Well, that's a named one. Jody, you should probably heal yourself. B. Ooh, electricity's pretty good in the water, right? Nobody would get hurt from that.
Moe, Ixie, on.
See? Told ya.
Wrong side. Let's go. That'll teach you. Yeah.
More magic missiles.
So much to learn.
Let's go.
Come now, step into the light.
Watch it. Yeah.
Okay, Soul. Poke this one in the face.
Take this.
Just like that. Kill the totem. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Looked a little scary there at first, but not too bad. And junk. Work of intellect. Ooh, so generous.
On it. No problem.
So, shadow under Nekataka. So, uncover the threat to the guild. Retrieve the rod. Oh, I retrieved the rod of the deep hunter. According to Maru, I can open the stone door to the sanctum and finally deal with whatever is behind the tremors and the attack on the guild. Okay. Say so.
Dim in the lantern.
See what else is in there, maybe.
Will do.
Down to descend sharply into the murky waters. There's no telling just how far into the mountain it goes, and we don't want to find out. Okay, let's go open the door. That's what we're supposed to do. Items as a quest item? The Deep Hunter. So, this unassuming length of driftwood wood hums with power, and waves of energy seem to break against the surface with the relentless pressure of the tides. The copper is well preserved despite its age, and it pulls with an invisible force like the tug of a dowsing rod. Talking. Addendum. What's the addendum? Tremors are increasing strength at some time. If something is about to escape the guild ruins, as Mari believed, it's going to happen soon. What are you trying to tell me? Blah, touch the door with the rod. The door reacts at once. A stone panel shifts aside to reveal a circular dial engraved with symbols. This would appear to be a locking mechanism requiring precise combination. Of course it does. Study the symbols. Brushing aside a layer of dust reveals a circular dial of pictographs. Though you could not guess their relevance or relation to each other, you recognize the symbols themselves. So, fishy. Whatever that's supposed to be. Clouds? Maybe? Hands? Sure. The first is a full moon. It's like beaming down on the aura. So that's that one. The next is a Hawana symbol for Andra, classically depicted with the head of an anglerfish and her aspect as Nagati. So it's that one. The next pair is a pair of hands reaching out for each other, their fingertips just barely making contact. And the last is the rain, falling powerfully and inexorably. Begin to manipulate the dials. Study the symbols? Did I just do that? Read the inscription. It's chosen. Okay, that doesn't help me. And symbols looks up so we already did this. Okay. Manipulate the dial. Dial shows an engraving of the moon shining its pale, mournful light upon Eora. I don't remember the order here. Lady Lament has the portal over the heavens crosses her views. That's the moon. That's the rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace. Lover's fingers to that one. So, what was the other one? Oh, Nagati itself. So Nagati then. And then the rain. Then the moon. So Nagati, rain, moon. So Nagati. So we want to turn it to counterclockwise. Down center of water represents the blah, 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 blah. Press the dial. You hear a grinding mechanical clunk and some tumblers starting into place. So then the moon. So clockwise. Press the dial. There's our clunk. And that's supposed to be the rain, right? So clockwise again. And then the hands. The laborious groan, the dial shifts over to a symbol of two hands, blah, blah, blah. Their fingertips are really touching. So press. You hear the clatter of tumblers resetting behind the door, and the engravings rotate back to their moon symbol. It doesn't seem like you're unlocking things in the correct order. Really? Sure seemed like it was. So it's Nagati, the moon, the rain, and that, wasn't it? Over the heavens crosses her view. Her eyes well with tears at its constant rain, but the moon's journey continues apace. Lover's affection. Didn't I do that right? Oh, maybe. Yeah, it is her first. It crosses her view, and I would think that's it. So, fish, rain, moon, stuff. Missed one fish, moon. Missed one fish, moon, rain, moon, hands. Oh, so it's... So this? So moon is twice. That seems wrong. I just want to say, that seems wrong. But I believe you. So, fish. Oh, rocket. So, fish, and then moon. Rain. The moon again. Seems crazy. It's being difficult. You hear clattering and whirring as the dial recedes into the door. There's a low rumble as the doorway opens inward, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel beyond. Travel through the passage. Let me take care of Rocket real quick, too. Anyway, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the air beyond the passage is humid, reeking of stagnant water and something else, something old, which raises the hairs on the back of your neck. As you take your first step, an ear-splitting roar rises in volume and echoes down the passage, shaking loose the surrounding rock. Go through anyway. You navigate the dark tunnel. It's a dark, narrow tunnel, pressing your shoulders together to fit the passage. That wasn't that difficult. That's not a sea creature. That's a dragon. As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that breached from the depths.
This would be a great fishing story.
Sea dragon? Still. Why is it blue? Why is it green? Shouldn't it be blue? Or white? Or something? Not so yellowish green.
Holy gone, but it's beautiful. And I'll bet smart as a whip and just as mean.
Sucks in a sharp breath. Ader nods in agreement.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
The dragon flares his nostrils and glares at you. Oh, I don't know. Dragon. Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus, Guardian of the Isles.
He slaps his tail against the floor.
You ever consider a nickname?
The dragon narrows his eyes at Eater. He is not amused.
Just give it some thought, is all I'm saying.
I'm Gimpy, captain of Tao. Hey, honest. I take it you're the one causing the whole city to shake. Did you make up that title? Not a ranger. Say nothing. Gimpy, captain of Tao.
I would see this vessel of yours someday, but we will return to that. You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
Eyes narrow into slits.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about? I have no cause to trust them. Then I do you, friend. Say nothing. Lie. What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the Water Shapers, those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art. An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
What covenant is that?
One struck in a different time, when the gods showered devotion on Huana. The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no Water Shapers to remember them. When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul. And now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The luminous Adra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
You're the reason Water Shapers are so powerful. The other Water Shapers knew nothing about this. You're the dragon's soul. Your soul is stuck here. Let me take a look.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Submerging in the dragon's soul feels at first disorienting. Like perusing the stacks of a vast library. Energy and vibrancy that should color his soul is gray and worn. From the shadows, a dark, formless thing reaches out to you in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperse its energy elsewhere to the Water Shaper students of Nekataka. As it touches you, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. You withdraw from the sensation, feeling shaky and depleted. I don't know. What do you plan on doing about it? I'm not sure I believe you. I looked into your soul. It's true.
Believe what you will. My duty to the archipelago is all that matters. Freedom comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
He narrows his eyes and watches you carefully.
My gift to Pariki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
Dragon lashes its tail in eager, repetitive circles. Hanazaki would have me killed if I set you free. There has to be another way. I have questions about you first.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
Think of yourself as a guardian. How did you get in here? Bound to. What if we excise the imprisoned portion of your soul from the rest?
No. My soul is not for the taking. Not by you, or any of the outsider spirit thieves.
Be done without harming you. I just need to inspect the wards. If you're afraid, just say so. No one's taking your soul. We're just letting most of you free. Isn't that what you want? Be done without harming you. Just need to inspect the wards. He lets out a distasteful hiss.
Very well. I give you one chance.
I'm screwed.
Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you. There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
Dragon unclenches his jaw and watches you in silence. So now what do I do? Seeks freedom. In exchange for his freedom, the dragon implied that he will assist me in my time of need. So what am I supposed to do? He makes promises of deep gratitude to release him, but hamper the education, blah, 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 blah. So how do I actually... what do I do? Oh, guess we're playing with this. A raised wardstone stands out of the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved along its surface glow with a pale light. Inspect the wardstone. Enchantments coursing through the stonework keep the dragon tethered to this spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. The siphoning enchantment merely sips at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think it could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. You can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The ward flashes, causing the rod of the Deep Hunter to tremble within your pack, as if the two share some arcane affinity for each other. Try to siphon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild, then break the imprisoning ward. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Use the Rod of the Deep Hunter to disable the enchantment. Strengthen the spell of imprisonment. We want to set the dragon free, though, right? Use the rod. Disable. The runes crackle as their power dissipates. In seconds, their light is extinguished, and the shapes of each arcane sigil lose definition until they fade into total obscurity.
I can feel the weight of this pit diminishing around me. Do not stop now.
I'm not doing this because I value your conversation. Let me work. Patience, I'm getting to it.
The next ward. Make haste.
I'm sure this is, no problem. A raised warstone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved alongside blah blah blah. Use the rod. Dissipates its in seconds. The light is extinguished, and the shapes of each arcane sigil, blah blah blah. Same thing. Is this going well? I have no idea. The runes engraved. Summon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild and then break the imprisonment. Can I do that now? Because we're still breaking this, right? Should be safe. It winces but makes no other protest. He shifts his weight from one leg to the other as the runes of confinement begin to crumble. The wardstone itself flashes brighter than ever, resplendent with the dragon's powerful essence.
I feel irregular. Lighter. But there is an absence as well.
He eyes the ceiling thoughtfully.
The burden of this prison is lifted. I will return to the beloved Atra.
Flexes his claws and lets out an exultant bellow. Your soul may recover in time. It's a formidable one. As long as you remember who helped you. Will you consider showing mercy against those who wronged you? As long as you remember who helped you.
Yes. The Huana put me in these chains, but you struck them off. I do not forget.
Grateful, he tips his head and flaps his wings twice, building up strength and speed.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas, you will feel a welcome chill as my shadow passes over your deck. Depend on it.
Roaring with triumph, he aims his body at the rocky ceiling and takes off. He beats his wings, lifting his massive form from the ground of his watery prison. He stretches open his jaws and roars, the ensuing blast blowing out the top of his prison, exposing it to the sky above. For the first time in untold years, natural light floods into the interior of the chamber. He snaps his wings a second time, flying through the exit with wild abandon, tilting at reckless, unpracticed angles as he builds incredible speed. When he emerges, shrieks of horror and dismay grow in volume. Moments later, as he passes out of view, you hear an explosion of splintered wood, upheaved water, and incredible devastation on the southwestern corner of the island. Oops.
Please stop saying oops. You are making me look bad.
Am I? Am I really? So, speak with Queen. She is not going to be happy with us. Or will she? I don't know. I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to lie. Hey, who's going this way? I don't know why Dwin was going the wrong way. There's still stuff to kill down here, though, isn't there? Or is there? Let's go see. Seeing that we get any dragon loot, which is somewhat disappointing.
Real quiet now.
So basically they imprisoned the dragon to sap its power, right? So they could be stronger. Would you recommend this game? So far, yes. I haven't finished it yet, but it's my first time playing it, but so far, so good. And Cabal, welcome back. Fire edge path, the travels of that person. So much reading. I guess the question is, have you played Pillars of Eternity 1? Because I just finished that a few weeks ago for the first time, which is good. Trying to decide which game I like better, though. There's some of the mechanics of the game I like better in 1 than I do here, as far as like the way wizards work. And then camping, I'm still trying to decide. Although there's actual healing in this one. Or healing is different in this. It's a different system. Pillars 1 was, yes, but was fun. Took a bit to beat, though. About 100 hours worth of gameplay is what I got out of it. Right. Well, I'm just saying if you're familiar with 1, you'll have a general idea what's going on here. You'd be more familiar with how the characters work and everything. It's not necessary, but it does help. Okay, let's go see how much Queenie hates me now. What happened to the water watchers that were up here? Weren't they supposed to be protecting this place? I don't think they did. Wonder if you can make a broken healer? Define broken. Here's Lantern, name your price. Jerk. Okay, let's go visit the Queenie. Appear in the Serpent's Crown. You like to make broken builds like a healer that deals more damage than more DPS builds. That's really not that hard to do with here. I guess it depends on how badly you build the DPS build. But the priest class can do respectable damage. And if you build them correctly, I'm sure quite a bit of damage. Because in this game, well, you played one, so you have a general idea, because it's about might. So if you give your priest enough might, they're going to do as much damage as this does, it's depending on what spells you choose. Because some of the wizard spells are stronger. As far as damage goes, but might is, see, that's where you get your bonus damage. Because Shodi here is our priest, and she's a pre-built character, so she comes with this 12. So that, and then intellect affects the area effect, so hers is pretty decent. Gimpy is our priest, 21 intellect for bigger area effect. Probably should have went with more might, but it's okay. He's fine. We basically gave him a bigger intellect so he could, throw bigger fireballs. Queenie, what are you doing up here? Don't be too upset at me. I may have ruined your whole world.
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
She raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
She pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me what happened.
Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon. The Water Shapers Guild is a mess on account of some snakes and a dragon. The guild had a very, very sizable infestation in the basement. Kind of some snakes and a dragon.
You do not jest.
Queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
So his was the heart I felt beating in my city.
She adjusts her posture as the idea takes hold.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
She searches over your shoulder. Guildmaster Myru is dead, but will agree to lend the Water Shapers the strength to protect the archipelago. Pariki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around this prison.
Pariki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret, well kept.
She sighs, cradling her chin on her palm.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
As she cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
As her attendant makes for the exit, she leans back in her throne and considers.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
Dragon's prison wards strengthen the souls of your water shapers. The forms of water shaping are fabrication made to tap into the dragon's prison.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her. All at the cost of this beast's freedom.
He raises a brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
A sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if she feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild.
She leans forward. I siphoned a soul using the prison wards. Your water shaper should be fine. Major positive. She closes her eyes and nods, taking each breath slowly.
What Periki did was no kindness, I say. But her actions helped students of the guild to learn our most sacred art. This is more valuable to me than every cannon in Rawatai. Thank you, Watcher.
She inclines her head and touches her brow, holding the pose long enough for her attendants to draw in sharp breaths and look to you with awe. Hope there's no hard feelings about setting the dragon free.
Akira, it will be a nightmare to appease traders and admirals seeking recompense for shipwrecks.
They'll get over it.
But what is a queen if not the one to toss in her sleep while her people rest at ease?
She allows herself to settle back with a tired smile.
My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Neketaka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki. My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong.
She thumbs her chin and nods.
The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
That sucks. Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's iron fleet.
She smirks at the idea. I'll make contact with Wahaki and hope for the best. I have questions before I agree to this. If I encounter any Wataki on my travels, I'll consider your proposal. I have questions.
Ask. I would not have you journeying to Oryokoiki uninformed.
She opens her palm to you and nods. I'd like to know more about the Wahaki. But what does that mean? The cursed land of corpses?
The corpses refer to the pungent Koiki trees. The curse.
She shrugs.
There are Nguithan ruins on the isle. I say our ancestors were either superstitious or had no taste for Koiki.
What do you seek to gain from this alliance?
The Huana are always stronger together than we were apart. I want the Wahaki to remember this. Today, we are tribes, united under the gods. Tomorrow, we can be an empire, and the Deadfire our protected haven.
Look at more about the Wahaki.
It is said the Wahaki did unspeakable things to survive the downfall of our ancestors, cannibalizing the injured and making blood sacrifices to the gods.
So they're the good guys.
As the dust settled, the other tribes learned to keep their distance from the tribe. Those who do not think like my brother say the Wahaki never recovered from the loss of Ukaizo.
There, I've heard enough.
Akira, then you will seek out the Wahaki and bring their strength to the Kahanga?
I'll make contact with them and hope. I'll make contact with them and hope for the best.
Sail for the Isle of Oryokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Neketaka. There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life.
I am doomed. She dismisses you with a nod. Any other questions? Over crumbling mountains and blessed seas, I'll remember that.
Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Wahaki are not a trusting people.
She nods and dismisses you with a wave. Thanks, Queenie. I don't think a canoe's going to do much when hit by a cannon half a mile away. What if they don't see the canoe coming? What if they do it night attacks and that kind of stuff when they're in ports? Then they're screwed, right? Somehow I don't think they're going to be stupid about cannons. They're going to know cannons. Where are you going? We're going this way. I was supposed to go back. I still haven't met with the company down in the Grass Citadel. I still haven't met with them. That's where I want to be. No, Imperial. No, I don't want to be Imperial Command. Do I? I don't think so. Did I go to the wrong spot? May have gone to the wrong spot. I went to the wrong spot. Means we're at the wrong spot.
Will your mighty fortress protect you from the Audra Colossus?
Much better than wooden huts, my friend.
You cannot stand against such a force. You can only flee it.
You can go directly to the ship from here, it looks like. Still not the right spot. Faster. Still haven't got down to the sewers. You know, am I talking to Director Castle? It's not you. Who's the director? No, it's a barracks thing, isn't it? It's a governor. Washroom. Downstairs? Upstairs? I haven't been here in a while.
Here he is, and in one piece. I jest, of course. Was the experiment a success?
I helped Flana with her experiment at the Spire.
A very dramatic first attempt, I hear. Though, Alette has a tendency to gloss over details. But, I want to hear it from you.
Honestly,
How did it go?
my soul was sent to the beyond into one of Rhymegrand's realms.
You'll put the priest into a frenzy with talk like that. Communion with the gods is their business.
Despite levity in his voice, he regards you with gloomy regret.
A near-death experience does little to recommend Alette's efforts. I am glad you are in one piece, Watcher.
Me too.
We are in the early days of Alette's research. Flawed as this outing was, there is promise there.
And for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, is basically these little group of animancers working for these boneheads are trying to use the Adra pillars to teleport from one location to the other. It didn't go so well.
This is only the start, you know. The very dawn of a new age of discovery. But just imagine.
He spreads his hands, his eyes behind the spectacles are fever bright with enthusiasm.
Imagine if we could transport goods and people more quickly than any vessel or horse. Cure every kind of ailment. Perhaps cure disease altogether. We'll extend our lifespans by decades, maybe even centuries one day.
That's not what they were working on, but that's okay. At least I don't think they were working on that.
This has all been the work of a single outpost. I want there to be a dozen outposts, 100. Animancers working together to better our lives. Look at what we have left behind. Old Valia is a battlefield at constant war with itself. But the republics have risen from that past. We can rise farther still. And in doing so, we will raise all of Aora with us.
Valia is not yet lost.
Watcher. If you believe it, so shall I. But I've said enough. Too much, I think. There will be more experiments to come. Until then, I have a more grounded task I need assistance with.
Of course you do.
Nothing that should put your spirit in any danger. Nekataka sees its share of smuggling. I doubt that would surprise anyone. But we've learned of a particular exchange that will have more dire effects than a few spoiled Hawana peasants. There is a Royal Deadfire Company official by the name of Quarno, who has been meeting in secret with one of the Principi. I do not believe he works with the approval of his masters. He meets with a Captain Tola, a known pirate and smuggler. I hope I don't have to tell you that an alliance between a crooked royal official and the Principi is not the kind of trouble any of us need. I have a woman, Britza, waiting in the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The smugglers do business there, and she has kept an eye on things. I promise to send assistance. Find her, and she will tell you
Hello
what she
everyone.
knows.
Unfortunately it is time to end the stream. Gimpy needs to eat dinner and spend some quality time with Mrs. Gimpy and the dogs. Have a great day or evening. We will see you tomorrow. Also, make sure to click the follow button and visit Gimpy's YouTube channel.
Okay, almost done. If I happen to wander away, I'll let you know.
I know it seems a small matter in the face of all we have to concern ourselves with. But illicit arrangements such as these are the only reason the Principi have not been routed. Per Complanca, do not allow them the opportunity and means to sink more ships.
But ships were built to be sunk, weren't they? Just saying. Okay, so we will stop here for today, because I do have to get going, go take care of Rocket and stuff. Mrs. Gimpy should be home shortly, so... Anyway, that'll be it for today. If you're here specifically for Pillars of Eternity 2, we'll be playing this again on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday next week as well. That's the plan, at least. So, that's it. Hey, Meerkat, welcome back. Is Mrs. Gimpy returned and Rocket been comped? No, that's why I definitely have to stop, because he's not in a great mood. So no quality time is not required. Quality time is always required. When Rocket is concerned, it's got to be quality time. I need to take him outside and say it's cooled off now, so we go sit out on the porch and he can relax a little bit more. At least he feels more comfortable when he gets to sit on the porch and act like he's watching, waiting for Mrs. Gimpy as he looks at the corner of the porch and looks for her, although he can't see her. That's the funniest part. It's funny. But anyway, like I said, Pillars of Eternity 2, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this week. Stream scheduled for the next couple of days. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I think we're doing some more Star Sector. Thursday, probably the same. And again, that's Star Sector with the Star Wars and Nextland mods. Friday is Celasta multiplayer with Jeff Hope and Hurricane. Saturday, Star Wars The Old Republic. And like I said, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, more Pillars of Eternity 2. So that's it. Thank you all very much for watching. Appreciate it very much. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow's stream starts at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT for Star Sector. So thanks for watching. Have a great evening, great day, wherever you happen to be. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you tomorrow.